guys, so here is the beginning of the review. We're going to do the completing the square. So remember, you're going to group your x's together. Whoops, I'm going to give myself some space. And then we're going to group our y's together. And then I'm going to bring the 193 to the other side. Thank you, Ms. Etheridge. Okay, so then you're going to take the middle number, and we're going to take this -2, and please remember to grab that -2. We're going to divide it by 2 and get -1. Then you're going to square it, and you're going to get a 1. So we're going to add 1 to this side and to this side. And we're going to do the same thing with the 28. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. Squared is 196. Okay, now we're going to fake factor. So this will be x minus 1 squared plus y plus 14 squared equals -193 plus 197, and the answer is 4. Because this is a circle, we are done with this step. Okay. Let's see. Make sure we can see this good. Okay. And then that was 1a. 1b is an ellipse, so we got 4x squared plus y squared plus 24x minus 20y plus 100 equals 0. So we're going to collect, again, like terms, group them together. So 4x squared plus 24x plus y squared minus 20y. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that 100 over by subtraction. Now, before we start anything, what we need to do is we've got to get this x squared by itself. So I'm going to take and divide everything in this fraction, in this parenthesis, by 4. So I get 4, and that's x squared plus 6x. Notice here we have nothing to factor out, so life is good. Equals -100. Now, what I'm going to do, because I always forget, you see how we have a 4 here, so we got to do 4 plus something, plus, and then whatever is there. So now we're going to go and do 6 divided by 2 is 3, squared is 9, so plus 9 and 9. -20 divided by 2 is -10. Squared is 100. Okay, fake factor. And it'll be x plus 3 squared. Remember that 3 goes here. Plus y minus 10 squared. And then all of this cleans up to 36. Now, because we have a number in front of here, we got to divide both numbers by 36. And then reduce. So we're going to get x plus 3 squared over 9. And then we get y minus 10 squared over 36. And this equals 1. Okay. Let me move that out the way. So, that is how you handle this question. Okay. Now let's go to number 2. Let's see if I can move my camera down a little bit. Okay, number 2A. It's a circle, and we just want the center and the radius. Okay, so my center here, like everything else, when it's in parentheses, what we're going to do is pull it out and just change the sign. And then my radius is just the square root of 225, and that should be 15. Let me just make sure. Yes. Okay. I don't want to scrunch, so let me turn my paper. B, to be, or not to be, ha ha ha, is x plus 5 squared over 81 plus y minus 4 squared over 144 equals 1. Okay, so this is an ellipse. My center, like everything else, change the sign. So it'll be negative 5 and 4. A is going to be the largest number. So square root of 144, which is 12, and that's under y. B is going to be the square root of 81, which is 9, and it's under x. Okay, c squared. Okay, so c squared equals a squared, b squared. It's a plus here, so it's a minus here. So it's going to be 12 squared minus 9 squared. And it's 144 minus 81. So it's the square root of 63. So c equals, let's call it 7.9. And remember, whatever a is, c is. So a is y, c is y. Okay, here we go. We need the vertices. So you're going to take the center and write it twice, or you can graph it like I taught you. We're going to add 12 to y and subtract 12 from y. So this would be negative 5 and 16, or negative 5 and negative 8. Your co-vertices. So we're going to do negative 5, 4, and negative 5, 4 again. And those are 9s. So we're going to add 9 and subtract 9 to your x's. So that would be 4, 4. And negative 14 and 4. Okay. And then your foci. Go back to your center. We're going to add 7.9 and subtract 7.9 from our y. So that's what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.9, and negative 5 and 4 minus negative 3.9. Okay. And then last but not least is the hyperbola, y plus 2 squared over 64 minus x minus 3 squared over 225 equals 1. Please be careful here. Our center is written backwards, so we want to be very careful. So it's 3 and then negative 2, because sadly if you mess up the center, everything else is wrong. Okay, so a is first, so square root of 64, which is 8, and it's under y. B is the square root of 225, which is 15, and that's under x. So to calculate our c, because the hyperbola is a minus sign, this has the plus sign, so c squared equals 8 squared plus 15 squared. Okay. I think it's 289, square root both sides, and c equals 17. And just like before, whatever a is, y is. Okay, vertices. 3, negative 2, 3, negative 2. Plus 8, minus 8. So 3 and 6, and 3 and negative 10. Co-vertices. So write your center twice again. And we're going to add 15 and subtract 15 to our x value. So this is 18 and negative 2. And negative 12, negative 2. Okay. And the foci. we're going to write this twice as well. And then we're going to add 17 and subtract 17. So we get 3 and, whoops, positive 15. And we're going to get 3 and negative 19. Okay, so this is everything you need to know about the conics section for your performance final. I wish you luck.